When there's a trigger, then the organization has to do a lot of different things. Hey, do we have vulnerability management? Do we have access control? I mean, do we have compliance? I mean, all the different components are trying to build it, are trying to make sure that they have this in place. Okay, maybe that's kind of the first step. We can argue good, bad, better, worse, whatever, but maybe that's the first step. But then the question after that is like, okay, now that you have those things in place, are they working? Are they effective? Like, how do you know? Do you just gonna sit and wait for something happen and wait for and hope for the best? Or do you actually try to do in a more empirical way, actually test how well your defenses are working? When you start moving to the more proactive side, that's where, offensive security can help you, because not only you can simulate, but you can also, in an empirical way, test how well our defenses are there, how well they hold, where do we need to improve, and basically how do we measure.
Just over 2 years ago, they introduced a term called continuous threat exposure management, or CTEM. And I think there's some really sound principles and also key components of the CTEM model that represent kind of a foundation of an offensive security program. So those would have continuous monitoring, that you understand threats, and it's a threat-informed program. You prioritize risk, that you understand sort of the integration of business objectives into that program, considerations of automation and tools used, and then metrics and reporting. So those are sort of key fundamental components of a CTEM program